Hello guys, Colonel Ninny here. The fact is that flying alone in enemy territory is both dangerous and foolhardy. Compared to flying solo, flying in pairs or groups exponentially increases your chances of survival and your success of the mission and being able to either attack or evade the enemy. In previous tutorials, I've shown you how to follow the leader in Basic Formation Flying. And if you've tried it, it's not so easy. In this sortie, I'm going to lead the attack on an artillery position in company with another BF-110. So more often than not, we're not in verbal contact with each other as players, so I have to be very clear about what I'm doing so that he can follow along. So the first thing I do is take off first, and then as soon as I'm off the ground, I climb to about 300 meters and I turn in the general direction of the target and I slow down so that the other fella can catch up. Personally, as I calculate my fuel load very carefully, I don't want to waste it flying circles around the airfield until everybody catches up. It's much better to head in the right direction at much reduced power settings. Once everyone has caught up with you, pick a heading and stick to it and add the power and go into a cruise climb to whatever altitude you need. Hold your heading and then stay at the one altitude that you've chosen until it's time to make the attack. You have to make it easy for the people following you to know what your next move is going to be. It's detrimental to the safety of the whole group if you are flopping about, turning left and right and going up and down. They are so busy concentrating on staying in formation, they don't see the attackers coming. Pick a heading, pick an altitude, stay there. The only exception is going to be for low-level navigation, where you're going to try to follow roads, railways, or rivers. And if you do that very intentionally, the people behind you will know what's going on. And if you're intending to do the low-level navigation, it quite often requires sharp turns to the left and right to follow various features. So if you're following, try to follow in trail, in other words, right behind in line astern. This will reduce the risk of collisions at low altitude. And getting back to our mission, in the field that's over where the gun sight is, just on the other side of the river, is the artillery targets we're going to hit today. Of course, we should have proper intel from the reconnaissance aircraft telling us exactly the layout of all the targets. But as we don't have that, we don't want to linger around trying to figure out what to do next. But we're both at risk here of being jumped by fighters, so we just want to get in and get out as quickly as possible. It's not an ideal approach. We're going to be going across the target rather than down the length of it to drop our bombs. But we're committed to the attack. Bombs away. Let's see if we hit anything. Oh, looks like my guy's gone down. Hit by a fighter. My bomb load is the standard 12 times 50 kilogram. I don't really care for it because it takes too long to drop them all, and you've got to come around for a second run to do that, which exposes you to ground fire. But I have a much better opportunity now, only having dropped 4 of the 12 bombs, to have a good look at the targets and see if I can line them up for best effect. And I'm always looking for the exit strategy as well. In this aircraft, I much prefer to use the two 250 kilogram bombs, where I can drop them both at the same time on one bomb run and head home as quickly as possible. Looks like one hit. I can't see any flak, and my gunner is not alerted to any enemy aircraft. And there they are in the trees. So I've got 4 more bombs to deliver and then home. Notice now my gunner's behavior. He's opened his clamshells, he's ducking down, he's seen an enemy aircraft. This is not good for me. I need to get this over and done with as quickly as possible. The fighter's just made his attack. I now have 2 options. I can jettison the bombs into the river and kill a few fish, or I can continue with the rest of my attack. It's on my way home anyway. I'm gonna take a chance. My gunner's firing back. We're doing our best. I'm going to do a jink here after dropping some, and drop a couple more bombs just on the way, and then we're home. There we go. Almost there. Now I can concentrate. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, found it helpful, please like it or subscribe. Or if there's another topic you'd like me to cover, please